Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. I don't know who this message is for, but if it resonates, then work with it, take what you need from it and leave everything else. There's no particular sign, ain't no particular sign. I don't know, maybe Prince means something to somebody. There's no particular sign that I'm compatible with. I'm just keep getting Prince. There's no particular sign that I'm reading for today, but I have got Libra, Cancer, Capricorn on the table. I don't know, maybe a bit of Sag, Cappy with the Wheel of Fortune. Aries, taking a gamble, taking a risk. But whoever it's for, I'm just going to run through the messages that I've been getting. I'm a little bit scattered. I didn't sleep well. I've just got so many messages throughout the night. Hopefully it's going to be a quick reading. It wants to be said, so I don't know. I'm just going to run through it. If you like, leave me a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, I appreciate it. If you drop me a subscription, just hit that subscription button. It's free to do. It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps out the channel. So I am going to be doing Aries' reading after this, but I felt like I had to get this out of the way. Otherwise, it's just going to push through into Aries' reading. So what do I have? I was given a lot of information and some very clear kind of movies, I would say, playing out inside my head. So it was like I was sat in another person's shoes, seeing all this stuff playing out. So at one point there was a courthouse involved and this thing about speaking the truth, which I'll come to in a minute. But I want to start with there was 4 people at one point around a card table, so like a square table, like they were playing cards, but they weren't playing cards like, I don't know, poker or blackjack. They were playing with tarot cards, and there was a lot of cards on the table. And they each took turns to pull some cards, and they all got the same cards. So I think it was the 3 of Pentacles, which seemed to be particularly significant, which talks about working together. Could have been the 3 of Cups. I don't know. I wasn't 100% sure about what they pulled, but the reaction when they pulled these cards to get the answer, they were like asking about a situation or about a person, and they started laughing. I don't know if they were all laughing, but specifically there seemed to be 1 or 2 that were quite prominent. So 4 people around the table and 2 that were prominently laughing in quite what I would say was a bit of a nasty way. They were laughing at somebody. There was a woman with red hair who could be this Queen of Pentacles here, and she was saying about the person that they were doing a reading on. Let's mess with her. She's naive or something. Let's mess with her. Sort of like, let's gaslight her. And she was stood up when she was saying this. I really noticed she had like long red hair, and she maybe had like something in the hair as well. And a man who, I think he may have moved chairs, but he sat down, he had a moustache, and he said, she seems like the type who would steal my husband. So yeah, let's mess with her. So they were doing something that was quite nasty, and I want to say that they were doing something that was about to generate bad karma for themselves. They were abusing their power, right? When I pull readings, when I pull cards, and I channel messages, I want to do it with very good intentions. So there's something about intentions of people. So these 4 people decided to mess with somebody using tarot to, I don't know, get information on somebody and, to gaslight them. It felt mean-spirited. And then I heard what I would say my guide's spirit. I heard the words, which very much felt like it was coming from the guides, honor and truth, meaning that they were talking about the person that these 4 people were going to mess with, and they were saying that this person, this girl, she actually sits in honor and truth. So whatever she's coming to the table with, whatever she's doing it with good intentions, and she's doing it in bright white they're telling me in bright light energy, bright white light energy or bright light energy. So a bit like that Alleluia song, but the Tori Kelly version. She's like, I didn't come to fool you, I'm doing this with good intentions, So the person that they were trying to mess with is protected because of their integrity. Now, there was somebody else at this table. There was the 4th person who They felt very, very guilty. I don't know if they felt guilty at the time or they feel guilty now. There's a lot of guilt around one of these people. Now, it's not the two that I mentioned, the man with the mustache and the woman with red hair. This is another man. I can't quite get a read on the fourth person. I don't know, maybe they weren't that important. I don't know. Sorry to the fourth person. But the person that I felt like I was in the shoes of, there was a lot of guilt there and they were kind of keeping quiet. And I think I got the impression that they didn't really want to do this and they actually liked the person. They liked the girl that they were going to mess with. Not necessarily romantically, but they thought, oh, that's a sweet person. I quite like them. I don't really want to, be part of this. But I feel like they went along with it anyway and they have an incredible amount of guilt about it. So, the person who likes the girl feels guilty, but they are also protected, was the message. They are also protected because I think, again, like maybe they weren't as active. Maybe the guilt has kind of redeemed them in some way. But I got the message that person is also protected. Then I heard from Spirit, people can only curse themselves. I don't know if they tried to put a curse on somebody. You can only curse yourself. If you try and put a curse on somebody, you're creating bad karma for yourself. Now, if it looks like the curse worked, that's Spirit messing with you because maybe Spirit wants you to believe that something worked to, reel you in a little bit more. So just be careful. You don't want to do anything that's going to be generating bad karma for yourself. The message that was coming through very strongly with this set of images was be truthful, have integrity. And then they gave me some advice. So they were showing me the monkeys. The monkeys see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. They were showing me the monkeys, but they were telling me, see the evil, hear the evil, and speak the evil, saying, call it out. Don't turn a blind eye to things. If something's going on and you think you don't agree with it, it's wrong, call it out, right? So I don't know, that's what Spirit's telling me. Stand in truth and integrity, I heard. And they showed me a brilliant white light, a seed of light, brilliant white light in the center of the table that blasted out of. So these people are going to get the karma that they generated, or the karma's being cleansed, something like this. These are the cards that I pulled on this. So contract, definitely. I was seeing a courthouse, which I'm going to talk about in a second. Seeing a courthouse, could be contracts involved, could be karmic contracts, a contract with Spirit. People are destined to get into this situation. Spirit moves in funny ways. We get into interesting situations where we learn a lot. I know you want to say that everybody in this situation is learning. Again, sometimes things can look a certain way and then we find out that actually we've been seeing the situation wrong the entire time, and we learn a lesson from that. So I feel like people are about to be learning lessons, and if you've been acting in good karma, then the Wheel of Fortune is going to be in your favor. If you've been acting in bad karma, then it's not going to go quite so well for you. I've just noticed my nails are really messy. I was working yesterday, so messy nails. Yeah, I don't know, karmic contracts, maybe Spirit weighing up people's souls, other people's souls as light as a feather, something's being weighed up here, something's being brought into balance. Also seeing happy family and man holding a coin could be significant to somebody. It could be that somebody's going to come towards somebody with a contract, with a job offer. The man holding a coin can be some sort of boss, somebody who holds the money, right? Somebody who can offer a contract. So, the person who hires and fires people, perhaps it could be quite a fortunate offer. You could feel like the tables have turned in your favor. An interesting analogy, tables have turned, right? Card table, I don't know. But there's something good coming in. It makes somebody feel very wealthy, very prosperous. I'd say that the man holding a coin is kind of similar to the King of Pentacles. So there is a bit of a pair here, business partners, something like this. So yeah, the Queen of Pentacles here is in the upright, so she may not be the red-haired woman that I saw. It may be a different person. I don't know. But the Queen of Pentacles is normally some kind of boss, a wife, a mother, a very, very nurturing. She's kind of a very material Queen of Pentacles because she's all dressed in gold. She's a little bit materialistic for me, this specific image of the Queen of Pentacles. So, you know, definitely looks like somebody's going to be rolling in the money perhaps. But there is this thing about being out of control here with the Chariot card in the reverse. Now, the interesting thing about this card being the first card that came out is that it can indicate cars. Now, I was also shown an image of a car accident. Now, it was shown to me with a family getting in a car and the person in the driver's seat. It was like it's just like they had a mind blip, or like they got lost in their own thoughts, or, you know, they did something automatically without thinking, and they started the car and they moved the car forward, but people were still getting in the car. This has actually happened to me. Grandad David ran over my foot, and I started, stop. And he stopped, but he stopped the car on my foot. It was very slow. It was very slow, and it was a complete accident. And he felt so guilty about it. He just started to go, you know, like, you know. So he just had a moment of I don't know, his brain went somewhere else. He went on autopilot. But you know, I said go because he parked on my foot, and he rolled the car forward. And it was fine. My foot was completely fine. It wasn't even bruised or anything, you know. So luckily it turned into a funny little memory. But in this case, that's a real thing that happened to me. But it was a similar thing. It was like this person, like, they just started going, and then they stopped and they felt incredibly guilty. So I don't know if that's playing out for somebody, you know, especially with the Chariot being in reverse. It could be a sign of something with a car. So just be aware of that. But it also is a sign about feeling out of control, feeling like, you know, things are getting out of your control. And maybe, you know, maybe your luck is coming in. You know, there is something that's coming into your life that's really, really fortunate, a new job offer, a new contract. You know, things are going in your favor, but you feel like things are out of your control. You know, that sense of, I can feel that the wheel is turning here, and you know, things are changing, things are picking up, and I feel a little bit unprepared for it. It could just be something like that. And then you do have this card about the Two of Pentacles as well, which is balance. I always call it the spinning plates card, like spinning a lot of plates in the air, trying to keep everything spinning. And it may be that you have to choose, where are you going to put your time and energy, and what are you going to let go of? You know, do you have to put some of those plates down? So it could be that somebody's weighing something up, somebody's making a decision, especially with the contract card here, which literally, you know, weighing something up. Could be something financial going on, could be a court situation, right? A judgment call being made, who's going to get the money, who's going to get the contract. I don't know. So what I really noticed though on this card is, now I use this deck off camera. It's my personal deck that I kind of have handy and I pull cards from all the time, but I have a smaller kind of fake version of the deck. This is like the proper official version of the deck. So when I use my kind of knockoff version off camera, just because it's handy and I don't mind getting it messy and stuff, you know, I don't care for it too much. No, I do care for it. It's one of my first packs that I got, but it's like, you know, this is the deck I use for on camera, and the other deck is kind of like, you know, I don't mind if it gets a bit sticky or whatever, but the images aren't as clear. So when I looked at this, I was like, oh, there's something happening in the background there. There's like, I'm hearing quadratic equations, and I don't really know what I can't even say quadratic equations are, but that's what I was hearing. But it's like, you know, physics, all this physics going on. I think that here's like, look at my nail. Here's like the sign for, I can't sit still long enough to let my nails dry. I'm such a messy person. You know, this is like earth, is it? The symbol for earth, or is it water? You're like here, like the 4 symbols for air, earth, fire, and water. And then there's all these different equations. This looks like some kind of like wormhole or something. Something going on here, which looks like some kind of birth chart or something. Here's the symbol. I don't know what V is. Maybe Venus, but this looks like, is that Neptune? So yeah, there's all these different symbols and equations. And I was immediately drawn here to sin. Now, the interesting thing is, when I was walking home when I was walking home from work yesterday, 2 songs played back to back that were about sin, like with the word sin in the title. One was Sin versus Secret, or Sin and Secret by Charlotte Lawrence. I don't want to be your little secret. You Be the Sin and I'll Be the Secret, and Sin, Sin, Sin by Robbie Williams. I tell the truth to me. I tell the truth to me. So it could be that somebody's keeping secrets. You know, I tell the truth to me. You know, what's my truth? I don't know. I don't know. Make what you will of that. Where else am I? So the courthouse then. The courthouse. I was in the position of the person who was under oath, right? I was the person being interviewed by I don't know all the scientific words, right? All the proper terms. But I was the person being who was under oath and who was being interrogated, if you like, by one of the lawyers. But the lawyer was trying to put words in my mouth. You know, when they want a yes or no answer, but they ask a very leading question and they don't give the person, I only know it from movies, right? So I don't know how it works out in real life, but it's like wanting the person to give you a yes or no answer because, you know, it makes them look like they're incriminating themselves, you know, and they're not given the chance to explain. And me as the person being who was under oath, I was appealing to the judge, like, I'm cooperating here. I will explain, but I want to do it in my own words. And of course, the justice system sometimes doesn't allow people to do that. So this person, and it may have been quite an important case because it wasn't me, you know, I was just in this person's seat, looked to the audience, not the jury, you know, like where the journalists and things sit, and said, if you take away my voice, I cannot speak. Meaning, if you don't let me explain in my own words, then I refuse to answer any more questions. You know, what is the point of, sort of like Ursula, they were kind of giving me Ursula and the Little Mermaid as well. Like, and maybe somebody signed an NDA, right? Or something like this. Like, I legally cannot speak. I legally don't have a voice because I've signed my right to a voice away. That's only just come through there. I didn't kind of realize that when I was getting the imagery and making my notes. So, yeah, saying to the court, I do not have a voice here. So how can I possibly speak? How can I possibly answer these questions if my right to a voice has been taken away? So there could be something like that happening as well, where, you know, it's like representation in court, something like this. But the person was being very clever. They said this to the journalists, you know, knowing it could be a headline. And then they turned to the jury. And it's a jury, of course, of peers. You know, you are meant to be judging me as peers. You are like me. If you were in my position, you would also be, you would also have no rights because it's a broken system, perhaps. And said, if they take away our voice, we cannot speak. So this person was very clever about how they played that situation. So yeah, hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. And they're saying, hear the evil, see the evil, speak the evil, you know, tell the truth. I tell the truth to me. I don't know. Make of it what you will. I had the song I'd Do It Again by Raven Owens playing in my head, on repeat as I woke up this morning. What else do we have? I'm just checking my notes, checking I've got everything. I randomized some songs. Oh no, I also saw, now this came through a few days ago, but I was kind of reminded of it, so I don't know how it fits in, but I was seeing, you know how, especially like Disney, when they animate something, it's on like a series of different kind of transparent plates. They're called plates, aren't they? You can buy them. You can buy a plate of a certain movie and things like this, a frame, a still. So you know how they have like layered. So you might have like the foreground, and then you have like the character, and then you have like the background. But they were showing me like it was like a mirror or an image. I'm so sorry about my dirty nails today, guys. I'm going to clean them before the Aries reading. Don't worry. So like this pane of glass or this image, but then they kind of like stretched it out. So I was thinking to myself again with like this image here. I don't know if they're trying to show me, you know, when I say they, it's like spirit or whoever gives me images. I don't know if they were trying to tell me something about like time stretching out or a situation being stretched out to look at the individual components of it, or if it's something about like, you know, like the plates coming into alignment. Oh, look how dry my hands are as well. You don't call me Cinderella for nothing. The plates coming into alignment so that you could see the whole picture rather than seeing the individual pieces. It's like everything coming together to see the whole picture. Again, it could be some kind of court situation. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's it. And then again, there could be some kind of car accident involved. Maybe a court situation about a car accident. I don't know. I got the song River by Tom Gregory. I Can't Get No Sleep. What else? Goddamn, You Woke Up the Ghost in Me. I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For by U2. Then I with the song Sin and Secret and Charlotte Lawrence, sometimes I get the name Charlotte and it comes through with an energy. So I'm not saying that it's specifically a person called Charlotte, although it could be, but the energy of Charlotte for me, as a way for me to be able to understand the situation is, Charlotte is very innocent. Again, you may know a Charlotte who's not innocent, okay? But if that's the case, I'm not talking about her. But there is the energy that comes through to me and who's coming through again is very, very pure, very honest. She has a lot of integrity. She's very sweet. I say again, it's just an energy, right? It's just the name that I have to recognize this energy when it comes in. She kind of represents unconditional love for me and forgiveness. She's coming through again with this energy of, I want to say a message to the person who feels guilty, that the innocent person in the situation doesn't have any resentment towards you. They don't blame you, and they don't. They only have love. They come through as the energy of like pure unconditional love, and pure unconditional love doesn't blame or hold resentments and things like this. So I don't know, take it as you will. I asked Charlotte, the energy of Charlotte, for a message. I randomized Happy Anywhere by Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton. What's his name? I was getting a name as well. Was it like Paul or Phil? Could be a name for somebody. And like Skellington, like Jack Skellington, could be something for somebody as well. So that was a separate thing that I just remembered. So yeah, Charlotte came through with the song Happy Anywhere. I'd be happy anywhere with you. This gave me the kind of white light goosebumps energy that I sometimes feel, which is, it just feels like the energy of like, if you imagine the energy of an angel passing through you, that's what it feels like. It feels really nice. And could be a Gemini involved. I also got a message about if somebody's looking to get a postgraduate education, this is an encouragement to continue looking into that and possibly do it if that suits you, and to aim at finding people who are like-minded, finding people who are who want to make the world a better place, right? In the way that you do too. So there could be something there for you about that. And then I got Take Care by Beach House. I'll take care of you if you want me to. So that's what I have for you. That's all the messages that came through. I'm going to get you a card from this new deck. It's the Rose Oracle. It's a brand new Oracle deck that's come out. It's only just been released, I think, in the last month. It's by Rebecca Campbell. I've got a couple of her decks already, Starseed Oracle and Work Your Light Oracle decks. So I was quite interested in getting this one, and then I kind of got some messages that encouraged me to get it. So yeah, here we are. This is the first time I'm using it on camera. My message that it gave me yesterday was definitely on point. A little bit calling me out, when it's like, oh yeah, that stings a bit, but I needed to hear that. Yeah, that's true. That's, when they tell you something that's like not great about yourself, and it's like, yeah, it's true though. All right, I'll try and do better. It's one of those. Okay, what do we have, please? Anyone who's resonating with this reading, who wants to get a bit of advice, or a message that wants to come through for whoever's watching. I also heard when I was deciding whether I wanted to do this reading or not, I heard the fear of God. So I don't know if this reading's putting the fear of God into someone, in which case I'd say just have integrity. do the thing that you know is the right thing to do. Don't do the things that you know is the wrong thing to do, and be honest, confess, I'm hearing, because that brings you good karma, right? That brings you good karma. It heals past life karma and negative karma and things like this. Also, what else did I have? It's gone. I guess that's what they wanted to say. The other thing's gone. So the child within, inner mother, innocence, gentleness, tenderness, feels a little bit like the Charlotte energy, I have to say. What was the other one as well? When I was trying to decide whether or not I was going to do this reading, clearly I was supposed to do this reading on camera, because I'm getting like, the monkeys, like, speak the truth, see the evil, call it out. And again, I don't know. I have no idea who this is for. I have no specific individuals in mind. I do not know who this reading's for. I'm just telling you the messages that have been coming through for me. Code of the Seeds. That's an interesting one. What was the other message? Okay, sorry, I'm getting a few different things. Yeah. Have integrity because spirit sees it, Inner mother, innocence, gentleness, tenderness. We can be so hard on ourselves, expecting to heal according to a schedule and beating ourselves up when we make a mistake. The rose wants us to release all hardness from our bodies and all hurt from ourselves. Okay, and now they've reminded me midway through. The song that I got when I was asking Spirit, do I do this reading on camera or not, was by Layla Blue, and I think it was called Silence. And I need to go and look up the lyrics, but ultimately I was like, I clearly need to do this reading. They've given me this information for a reason. And they're telling me, call it out. So, I don't know. The rose wants us to release all hardness from our bodies and all hurt from ourselves, to find a way to soften, to remember that no matter what has happened and is happening or will happen, we're all innocent children of the stars and the earth. The flowers are here for us. They're a safe, soft place to remember. They want you to nurture the child within. This is a card of gentle reassurance and compassion. It brings a message of gentle understanding and tenderness. It's reminding you to treat yourself like the innocent child that you are, to take your inner child and let them rest deeply in the soft petals of your heart. I feel like this is a message for the person who feels guilty because they liked the person. So, I want to say that the only person holding yourself accountable right now is you, and you know what you have to do. I'm hearing Taurus for somebody. If you feel guilty, that's your honor and integrity talking to you, telling me Jiminy Cricket, that is your inner voice talking to you. I'm just hearing you know what to do. But the Charlotte energy, to me, which is the inner child, she's very young, the way she comes through. She forgives. We all have a child within us who at some point went into exile because they were hurt or because the world didn't feel safe. And no matter how much we've grown, when we as adults are hurt or triggered, it's normal to regress to this age and feel overwhelmed by the original emotion. And while we can't change the past, what we can do is scoop up the child within and place them in the soft petals of the rose of our own heart. So the soul inquiry is, how can you tenderly tend the child within? All right, I hope that was helpful to somebody. I'm going to leave it there. It's the message that wanted to come through. So there you go. They're telling me what's on the underlying. The sacred union. Beloved within, inner and outer relationships. So I want to say it's something to do with like you nurturing your inner child and being kind to yourself. Go back to yourself as your own parent, as somebody who's older and wiser now. Go back to situations where you have guilt, or you hold this, you don't like choices that you've made in the past, and go back and be kind to yourself. If you were your own big brother or big sister, what would you say to you? understand why you made decisions that perhaps you're not happy with, and understand why. Have that reflection to say, I was, there was peer pressure happening. There was not excuses, but compassion for the self. If you can forgive yourself and move forward in a brighter light, do so. And if you still hold on to that guilt, use it to power you to be a better person, or to make better decisions, or to enact something that's going to balance the scales in the future. All right, hope that's helpful to you. Do please take care, like and subscribe if it was relevant to you, or you just enjoyed the message, and I will see you again soon. Do take care. I'm gonna go and clean my nails and do Aries' reading. Bye guys.